gamers? It's Old School Fool from dasreviews.com, and today we're coming at you with a new doubleheader classic review. Yes, doubleheader can mean a lot of things. It can mean one of those, a good play by these guys, or it can mean Mike Hagar dropping you twice over on your dome, kind of like this. But this doubleheader comes in the form of something new but kind of old, and some kind of classic and kind of good, in the form of Capcom's new DLC game, Final Fight Double Impact. You get two Capcom side-scrolling classics for the price of one. The first one is Final Fight, and Magic Sword: The Heroic Adventure. So let's see how impactful this lineup really is. First up the bat is Axel. Oh, well, no, I mean Final Fight. Yes, there you go. The good old days. Nothing like muscling up in your favorite pair of work overalls and going to town and handing out some real deal reckless vigilante style punishment to some tweaked out gang members that decide to pull that old snatch the politician daughters gig in hopes of taking over the city or having that one-on-one revenge with these buffed up crime fighters. And let me just tell you something, this isn't your ordinary donut eating, ticket writing, empty parking lot gathering cops here. This is the classic crime fighters from the arcade romp of Cody, Guy, and Hagar. You can choose to go it alone or team up for that two-player action, just like the arcade days. So in that respect, it's on point to the arcade version. Now, all of the different characters have their strengths and weaknesses. For instance, Cody is pretty badass with a knife. He can use it multiple times. And Guy, he's super fast at beatdowns. And Hagar, well, let's just say he hurts people in all his mustachio goodness. The graphics have been tweaked for HD TV resolutions, meaning you can choose to play that classic pixelized feel, or you can upscale to smoother smoothness for widescreen, and even have the cool option to play a version of an arcade monitor with the side bezels and the outward curve to the screen, so it gives you that effect as if you were standing in front of a real arcade machine, which is a pretty cool option. Now, the graphics are on point. The soundtrack has been remixed a bit, which is cool at times, but I feel it was wasn't as cool as the original. I mean, at times it was kind of annoying. But, you know, I also noticed out of everything, the game speed was tweaked up a bit too. Now, it kind of felt as if there was like two invisible turbo stars I never saw upon pressing the start button until I got into the boss guy fight in like no time flat. I mean, this is a kind of a short game, so I mean, even if he walks a few steps faster, you know, it's definitely sped up. And I did notice a small bug that when you try to pause, it brings up the menu, but the game continues to play. Talk about arcade realism. No pause for you. Aside from that, you get everything you need here, from grimy street gangs to overweight chest hair flying crooked cops, and last but not least, the evil guy in his little like motorized wheelchair with his unrelenting crossbow. Well, what's the bad part here? Well, nothing really. I mean, I've played just about every version of Final Fight, from the Sega CD versions, to the arcade versions, to the Super Nintendo versions, and there was two. And, I mean, the only thing here really missing is a quarter slot. So, next up to swing is out of the Final Fight Impact, is nothing relative to anything whatsoever, and that's Magic Sword. Magic Sword is the old school, massive quarter-munching, heroic fantasy game where you and your friends are locked up behind bars and need lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of keys to open lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of doors. But the cool thing about it is that these guys are here to help you in your quest to defeat these crazy multi-headed dragons and random beasts that I've never seen before, except in magic cards. Now, the same updates have been applied to Magic Sword, except sometimes I noticed the actual sound effects, like the dying siren, was not as prevalent even when it was turned all the way up. This game gets hectic at times, so I want to know when I'm about to die, because I'm really not looking at my life bar at all. So that was one small downfall. Though I must compliment the remix artists on this one, because the remix orchestration does this game more justice than Final Fights. outside of the arcade version, there was never a true 2-player port for the home, and now it's here, making this game pretty damn magical. Especially since you have the ability to save sackloads, and I mean, yes, sackloads of money, because this game was a total quarter muncher. And even at the 1-player level, they still turn the heat up on you. So you're better off playing a 2-player level and, you know, fighting as many 20-headed marsupial dragons as you possibly can. So what of this double header pack? Is it worth the 800 Microsoft points or the $10? Or maybe the price of 2 Happy Meals for you and a friend? Well, with the new customizable displays, the availability to drop into a game online at any time, and of course we can't forget the retarded achievements that your little sister could do, I would say actually yes. Because I remember dropping 10 times that amount on these classic good times. And if you want to break away from your Modern Warfare 2 and need to get back to basics, then this is the best way to do it. Alright gamers, don't forget to fan us on Facebook for the latest news and contests, and of course, if you love classic games, make sure to pick up the classics from our sponsors at DasCheap.com. Well, this is Old School Full, and I'll see you guys and girls next time with another Old School review.